We'll always be bosom buddies, friends, sisters, and pals. We'll always be bosom buddies. If life should reject you, there's me to protect you. If I say that your tongue is vicious, if I call you uncouth, it's simply that. Who else but a bosom buddy will sit down and tell you the truth?
Well, hello.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to yet another edition of, excuse me, Naughty or Nice. And
Nice.
I, as you already know, am the naughty.
They know.
Explain.
They know.
Yeah. And my co-hostess, the modest Long Island housewife, the
Nice. Toni Home Perm.
she's so nice.
So nice.
You're so nice. You're not good. You're not bad. You're just nice.
Speaking of that, isn't it nice the way this microphone, the headset cord, it just sits so elegantly in my bosom.
Yes, modest Long Island house.
So modest. Yes, that's me.
Yeah.
The soul of modesty.
Yeah. And you're showing a bit of cleavage there for a modest housewife, don't you think, Ms. Homeperm?
Is it too much?
I don't know. How about mine?
Too much.
You'll get over it. You're just pissed off because I'm old enough to be your mother and I got a hotter rack.
This is true. Well, this is a very special episode. It's our 20th episode.
Oh, wow.
It's number 20, excluding specials.
My age.
And yeah.
Now you know how I felt over your modesty, BS.
And we have a very, very, very special guest tonight.
We really do. As a matter of fact, Tony, what number were we on the thought list?
We were 107.
Wow.
107 on the thought list. I know.
We have a very, very special guest from Thotyssey, NYC. Please join us in welcoming the amazing, and like I said in the description, New York City entertainment and nightlife guru. Let's hear it for Jim Silvestri.
Yay! Hello, Jim.
Hello, ladies. How are you today? Thank you so much for having me.
Ladies.
Somewhere.
Hey, ladies.
Somewhere. Gentle ladies.
Nice lady.
Yes. Happy 20th episode. I didn't realize it was such a special occasion.
Well,
yes, I know.
Jim.
Work. How are you guys doing?
Oh, we are wonderful. We are wonderful.
Well, Tony's wonderful. As you know, I broke a nail. The trials and tribulations of
Yes.
the aging diva.
That's good luck, isn't it, though, to break a nail?
Diva.
Catastrophe, I know.
If you'll pardon me for just a second, Damien, by my chair in the living room, there's my bourbon, please. That help is so hard to
Of course.
No, he's actually a good friend off camera. But, no, so, Jim, give us some insight as to both Thotyssey and the Thought List, please.
Okay, well, Thotyssey is a site that I created in 2016. And what it usually is it's a daily listing of everything that's going on in the world of New York City nightlife, as far as the bars, the clubs, a few clubs we have. And that's in all the boroughs of New York City. Also a little bit Westchester, a little bit Long Island, local areas. I go and I find out exactly what the shows are, who their guests are, and I let everyone know every day what they are. And occasionally I'll do something called on point interviews where
You interviewed me.
I did speak to you
Almost a year ago now.
almost a year ago. That's
Almost
right.
exactly a year.
Oh wow!
Crazy.
Yes.
And Alexis is next. We're getting to Alexis.
Yay!
Oh, all right.
There.
I feel I feel honored. I really do.
Oh, it's
And
happening. It's
And I'll make sure I have all 10 nails that night.
perfect. That's gonna be the picture. Just the nails.
Yes, and I'll have to have my fangs sharpened.
Absolutely. That's a must be.
I like how you described me, the vampiric Alexis Fleming.
The vampire. That's of course. That will always be my memory of you when I've seen you perform.
Well, I'm the vampire.
Shows.
I'm known as the vampire mob wife as well as the horror.
Very true.
I
bet. That's what I've heard.
So,
Absolutely.
what else did you hear, pray tell? Nothing good.
I think that's a different kind of show. I think
we don't have that many hours.
That's
Please.
right. That's right.
Sweetie.
I haven't seen a bathroom wall in a long time, so
Very true. There you go.
Well, fortunately, there's no graffiti on mine
Okay.
this week.
That's good. That's good. That's
So
good.
now, Jim, Tony and I, we both follow the thought list because we see a lot of our friends and girlfriends and colleagues on there.
Mhm.
I was totally blown away when Tony called me, and I was, well, we'll just say I had a gentleman call it that evening. But the following morning,
Of course.
and she told me that we were on the thought list. I'm like, the hell out of here.
I was in shock.
She sent me the link, and my jaw dropped. I was beyond thrilled. I was beyond honored.
Same.
Oh, I'm very glad that you guys were happy. I was very
Happy
to put you there. You belong to be there.
Surface.
Thank you so much. It was such an honor. It really was.
Oh, it still is.
Yes.
Well,
Now-
the thought list is something that I've been doing every year, not quite since I started the blog, but a little bit after, where I take, now it's 305. I take 305 people and places when that's applicable and say, these are the people and places and things that were the highlight of the year. Being that people were just out there doing their thing, or they did something very specific, or what have you.
And now, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. And so that's what I've been doing. I did it the first year, kind of just as a cute thing, and it just got this insane feedback. Like people loved it, or people hated it, and that was the first time. I was just this little guy, not little. I was just this schlub doing his blog, and people just kind of, they thought it was cute. But then all of a sudden, I put out this list, and I was getting like death threats, but I was also getting people like telling me they loved me, and I'm like, oh, okay.
You know what I love? I love
What's
it when I get a death threat, and I'm like, really?
Exactly.
I mean, we're not even going to go into my past and the type of family I grew up in.
Again, we only have so much time.
But that alone is enough that I laugh at such as. But I'm like, to kill me? Really? But I'm only
right. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, seriously, no oak steak, no crucifix, no holo, what a fucking fool. So,
precisely.
But now,
I couldn't say it better myself.
Yeah. Now, Jim, is there any specific order on the thought list? Is there any specific way that you place us, or?
I'll say that because I get asked this a lot, understandably, and I'll say that in my mind there is an order, and it makes very logical sense to me.
I like it. We're related. How?
Yes, exactly. And it may not. If somebody else wants to make their own list, it's going to look very different because it's from my perspective. It's from what I see.
Well, honey, it's
from what people tell me. Right.
I wish someone would try to tell me how to do my thing.
That's right. I would love people to tell me how to do my thing. Hey, maybe
I would love to be a fly on the wall when you give them your opinion of how they think you should do your thing.
Hey, exactly. It's funny. Usually, I I try to be above it all and like not really comment. But I was a little salty this year. I think because I had nothing better to do, so I like followed everybody around on because they try to be shady now and talk the shit on Twitter.
Right.
Oh
Because
yeah,
I don't have a huge Twitter presence.
You know what I love? Tony and I were talking about this just the other day. We're not going to mention any names for two reasons. Number one, we don't need the drama. Number two, I'm not giving out any free publicity tonight.
There you
But no, but Tony and I have talked more than once about a lot of people in the community that do the most underhanded things, thinking they're so clever and covert, when in the meantime their bull is so sloppy and obvious that
Of
Stephen
course.
can see it.
Of course. Of course.
And Tony and I just sit there, and we're like, girl, can you see this shit here? And we just laugh our asses off.
And of course, everybody wants to tell you, like, oh, do you know what so and so is saying about you? I mean, I do the same thing. I say, oh, do you know what so and so is saying about you? I'm just as bad.
I'm like, no, tell me, what are they saying about you? And then go back and tell them this. Do you really think that old bat gives a drop of fuck what you think?
Of course. That's another thing that's happened. I used to get so upset when people were upset by it. I felt so bad. Like, who am I to insult these people in their heart? But as I get older, I'm like, I don't give a, it's your choice to care about what I think. But I'm no longer going to care about what you think because I'm old and I'm bitter and that's the way it is.
Well, Tony will back me on this because I used to be very self-conscious.
Of course.
That's all I can do without getting us in Facebook jail.
Yeah.
Right.
I was once dared to do something else, but I'm like, $500 or 60 days in Facebook jail. Well, no, we'll behave tonight. But no, but I'm sure Tony's been in this position too. There comes the day where you actually try to pay your bills with other people's opinion of you.
Yes, it doesn't work. They won't accept opinions.
And then when you get that disconnect notice, you're like, oh wow, I guess their opinion wasn't terribly valuable.
Exactly. And the glams is another thing that happens every year. And I know people have been getting all up in arms for 20 years about whether they're nominated for a glam or not. As if like Cherry Jubilee is like sitting there with her master plans.
Oh, we love Cherry Jubilee.
You're not nominated. You're not nominated. She's just counting votes.
Right.
And people give her such
because there's votes to even be nominated, I believe.
Yeah, exactly. It's
like Tony and I, in the very near future, we don't know how near yet, but you might have seen the little flyers. Tony does all our flyers. They're great. This bitch is. I can only describe her as amazing. And not to blow up her spot, but what you don't understand, I've got decades behind me. 5 fucking decades. Tony Holmperm has been doing professional drag 3 lousy years, and you would never believe that she's not a seasoned professional. She's beyond amazing. She's beyond amazing. She really is. And she is like the queen of parody.
Yeah. Excellent.
Yes, I'm still trying to locate my Boniva, Tony. Tony did a parody of Barry Manilow's Copacabana for my birthday because I am the horror diva.
Right.
You can find it on either of our YouTube pages. I was crying because I was touched, and I was crying because I almost pissed myself. Where am I going to find sequin depends?
Perfect.
No, but Tony and I, just other people's opinions. I mean, we all have an opinion. Sometimes it's best that we keep it to ourselves.
Right.
But I don't have time.
Right.
To really invest in the petty faggotry.
Right.
Why? Especially in this pandemic and all the happy horse shit around us. And sadly, New York City nightlife has been on a decline for a while.
Has been, yes.
This pandemic just came in for the kill.
Yeah.
Hopefully, once it's under control, or as under control as it can possibly be gotten, hopefully there'll be a resurgence. People will take things more seriously, but now more so than ever is a time where we should be banding together. And the fact that queens still have time to throw shade. Number one, me, I'm old as hell.
Right.
Okay? As a matter of fact, I got hell in my last divorce. I own it.
There you go.
You want to know how old I am? I catered the Last Supper and provided the hookers for the after party.
Oh, that was you. Well, that was great.
Yes,
That was her.
At the end of the table, Jim. No.
Amazing. Oh, good for you.
No, but the thing is, I just, at this time more so than ever, is when we should, because like Tony and I are in, not that there's anything wrong with a girl trying to make a coin.
Yeah.
Okay, but we're not doing the Venmo and the PayPal thing.
Right.
Although if our guests want to put theirs up, Tony's more than happy to put it up for them.
Sure.
But we're out here because Tony and I feel we're giving back to the community that made us celebrities.
That's wonderful.
And plus, in this time right now where there's so little to laugh about, we hope that by doing this, and bringing on a wide spectrum of guests, that we can share a little giggle and a little fun, and and have a good time for ourselves. Plus, it helps us keep our makeup skills going.
True.
There you go.
Now wait, Alex. Now let me ask Jim a question because I thought we did bring him on to so he can talk.
Yeah, that's true. Sorry.
I'm always happy to learn. That's good.
So Jim, I do want to ask your daily promotion of shows now since the pandemic.
Yes.
Huge change. I mean, really, and the thought list too, because last year it was live shows and bars and things like this, and this year completely different. It's like basically everything virtual. And how did what was that like for you? Changing how you compile all these things.
Well, I didn't know I was going to do it. Once I didn't know, first of all, that any queens were going to do digital shows. I mean, they were kind of murmuring about it in the beginning, but I don't think anyone wanted to be the first girl to dip her toe in the water. So I kind of thought maybe I just I'll just stop. But I think it was Marty Gold Cummings who was the first queen to just go out there with some digital. I mean, you, Tony, have been doing the show all along.
Right.
Bella Noche has been doing the show all along.
Right.
But as far as like new queens replacing their old shows with digital shows, I think Marty was the first to do that. And then gradually I saw other queens were coming on. So like, okay, so maybe I'll do this now. And I don't love doing that digital list, but I do it because that's all. It's the only thing that I can do right now. It's just a lot to keep track of. It's not like bars where it's every week.
I was also saying about I talked about this with Alexis, like the thought list itself. I mean, to rank 305, performers,
it's crazy. It's ridiculous. Yeah,
I'm just like I just can't imagine. And like Alexis and I said, it's like it wouldn't have mattered to me where I was on the list. No. Just being on the list
would have been enough.
I wouldn't care if I was 305. That would I would have been just as honored.
See where we were
as I am at being at 107. 107.
Cool. Well, I think with I think with like the digital queens, it's just people who were consistent with doing shows and kept that presence going. Some queens.
Tony used to have 2 shows. In addition to this, this show, I post something we did that I said was basically the pilot for this show. But this show is basically because even though we work together, this show is a Tony Holmgren production. This is kind of sort of a spin-off of Talking Tony.
Sure. Sure.
Which
Well,
I've
it's like
also been a guest on.
it's like when Kelly Ripa was doing the show alone for a while, and then she was on what's his face? Who's on the show now?
Oh, Ryan Seacrest.
Ryan Seacrest, yes.
Yes.
Is that it? Didn't she originally do it with Regis Philbin?
With Regis, yeah,
Originally did it
originally.
with Regis,
Mhm.
and then she had like two other guys. But
Yeah, she went through a couple.
Only two other guys? Oh, she has
Yes.
to catch up.
I think so. Yes, exactly.
Mm.
But yeah, it's been a wild ride. You know, I started doing all this in 2016 because I was just like one of those people that would only go to one place. I would only go to Boots and Saddle Bar on Christopher Street, the old Boots and Saddle.
Oh, I remember it well.
I'm sure you do. And I only went, you know, to cruise in the bathroom. I had no interest in anything going around.
You.
Exactly.
Shame on you,
Exactly.
you bad boy.
Hey, I had my little space in the corner. I was very well known. That's what I did. You know, that was my process.
Very popular.
That's right. And you remember Boots and Saddle on Christopher Street in the beginning was just a little hole in the wall, little neighborhood bar. And a lot of bars on Christopher Street were like that. They were very cruisy, and you know, there wasn't a lot of drag queens yet on Christopher Street at that time.
At that time.
And then all of a sudden they started
when they closed down the stroll in the meatpacking district. They kind of sort of migrated to Christopher Street.
Yeah. That's pretty much how it worked. And when drag queens started showing up at Boots and Saddle to do shows, I was very scared at first. I was like, "Oh, what's going on? I don't know what this is." So I stopped coming out for a while, and then I gradually came back, and I learned to love the drag queens and love what they did.
And we've grown to love you very much too, Jim.
Well, I was for a long time. I was just like the guy sitting in the back of the bar. Hello, Nick. And he's very cool. And like I wasn't really talking to anyone, but drag queens were the first people in the community who were nice to me, who came up and talked to me and said, "Hi, who are you? What's your name?" And made me actually feel like I was part of the community. I think that's what like a lot of younger queens don't understand, that that's part of the gig.
Tony will tell you. Please do not get Alexis Flame started on young.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I'm sure you girls know. Like, you know, you could be pretty, you could be an amazing entertainer and do splits and all that, and people will like to see that. But the people who keep coming back to bars,
try to carry a show by doing death drops.
Right.
I think they're like drop dead.
Yeah, exactly.
I was young and pretty once too.
Now still. I'm sure you can still do that.
We're not going to go into. And there was a time when I could do a backflip into a split. Up until 2 years ago, I ran a dance studio.
Yeah.
Okay, actually 2.5 years ago. I sold out right before my brother passed. But I was a ballroom dance instructor. I was also in my youth a gymnast. Mm-hmm. Okay, there was a time when I could do a backflip into a split. Now, that was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Huh.
But backflips and splits do not a number make. Now, if the song calls for it, and you time it right, I get it. But I see the shows now, and I'm not going to lie, I'm amazed. These queens do a flying leap.
Yeah.
And land on the dance floor in a cooter slam.
Yeah. And listen, people gag for it. They love it. They make it rain. Those are great moments when that happens.
Girl, not only are you not on speaking terms with your dick right now, but give it 2 or 3 years, and you won't even be 40 before your back is no longer on speaking terms.
It's true. I don't know how some of those girls do it with doing the triple backflips and 6-inch heels.
But these kids do not realize. I mean, and they're talented. Don't get it twisted. They're talented.
Yeah.
But they don't realize the damage they're doing to their body. They're basically cutting their own careers short. And I'm not being shady. I'm doing something worse than being shady. I'm
being real, yeah.
Experience.
Yeah.
But I also know from my own experience, some gals you just can't give good advice to. So I'm just going to sit there. And I'm going to watch.
Exactly. And you know, a lot of girls in New York, that's right. They do learn how to host. They learn that that's part of the deal. You have to host. But you also have to like go around and have, you know, little intimate moments with people in the audience.
Nice
Talk to them.
That's where your tips are coming from.
Exactly.
Right.
And
that's what keeps them coming back.
And also don't cry that you're not making hundreds of dollars.
Right.
When you're giving the house away.
Right.
For $25 plus drinks.
Right. I think this whole experience is making everybody relearn how to be humble. You know, I mean, you kind of have to.
No disrespect, Jim, but I kind of disagree.
Yeah, you don't think so?
Some people are learning to be humble.
Yeah.
And in my own case, I'm learning the value of having friends come over and visit.
Yeah.
As opposed to meeting in bars or whatnot.
Right.
But some queens just think who the hell they are.
Right.
And we all went through that when we started. God, I know I did. But it came back and it bit me in the ass.
Yeah, sure.
And at that time, I didn't have a lot of ass to bite. Today's a different story. But, oh, yeah. No, it's not padding. It's pasta. I'm on a seafood diet. I see food and I eat it.
I'm on that same diet, yes.
I thought, honey, 3 nights ago, I wanted to declare a national holiday. I stepped on the scale. It said 197. I had to pick it up. I had to shake it. I had to recalibrate it. Wow, still 197. First time in 8 years, my old fat Italian faggot ass weighed less than 200 pounds.
Good for you. Good for you. Excellent.
Now, Jim, I do want to ask your opinion on something. We had in the drag world, there was a huge blow up this week, as you are well aware.
I'm not. What did I miss?
Okay. I think it was Tuesday on the Tamron Hall show.
Right.
She had Sherry Pie, the infamous disqualified drag queen from RuPaul's Drag Race from season 12. I know she hates Drag Race. She hates Drag Race. The only reason
Drag Race. I don't get it twisted. I don't hate Drag Race.
Well, you're not a huge fan.
Well, because I remember in my heyday, even on Long Island, I didn't walk into a bar for less than $300. Right. That, like my 24-inch waist, is a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. And the only girls that are getting real money
are those girls. Yeah.
I used to rely on being Evening at La Cage alumni.
Right.
And that carried me for a while. But now, unless you're RuPaul alumni, no one's giving you any dollars. And
it's been that way for a while, but
unless you've been on her show, don't expect good coin.
Right.
It's true that's been a reality for a few years, but I think that's changing a little bit because there's just been so many Drag Race girls now.
Yeah.
That's not such a huge novelty the way it used to be. So I think it's starting to even out a little bit more, I think.
But I want to get back to now my question, because Tamron Hall, she had Sherry Pie on, although she was not in drag. She was her boy self, and there was a lot of controversy. A lot of people were saying she shouldn't have her on. She's giving her a platform, and
wasn't Sherry Pie the one that was catfishing?
Yes, exactly.
That's why I said that.
Yes. So, but it's like I'm not trying to say she should have had her on or she shouldn't have had her on, and of course I feel that the whole thing, that what she did to those men was horrible, but should she have had her on or not? I mean, was it the right thing to do or the wrong thing? What do you feel?
I have to say, I think it's a very
Well, was
strange
she
conversation
the
to
time
have.
that she was on the show?
No, before.
Oh, before.
No.
Oh, before.
Before.
Okay.
I mean, there isn't a person alive who thinks that what she did was good. It was a terrible thing. That's not even like a question.
Right.
But obviously, if you're a journalist or you host a show, she would make a compelling guest. And yeah, it's probably going to upset those 20 people that she did what she did to. And if I were them, I wouldn't watch her. And it's going to upset the people that she also screwed over in New York in various ways. And they don't have to watch her. But there's a lot of people. I find it very weird that someone is going to go on Netflix and watch Richard Ramirez murder people.
Right.
And then say, oh, they're not going to give, this catfish bitch a platform. Like, that's terrible. But, we'll worship this serial killer on Netflix and say, oh, I'm just so curious. It just appeals to my curiosity. But people aren't allowed to be curious about what's going on in this crazy bitch's mind,
Because seriously, all these serial killers, they got all this deep-rooted fan base.
Right.
And then us as drag queens, what do we have? Social media stalkers.
Yeah. I mean, I think everybody has to be very careful about how they're going to handle this person. I agree that she should not be welcomed back into nightlife by any means. No. If I found out that an employer of mine gave her a show in a place where I was doing a party, I would not do my party there. She has no place in this community, but
she did something shitty.
Yeah.
She got caught.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, either you go
and she may very well still be doing it, by the way. We have no idea.
You know what? Serious? Just because she's been on RuPaul, some cute little faggot that's young, dumb, and full of cum is like, oh, well, she was on TV. She must be connected.
Right.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, exactly. But I had to give a lot of respect to that talk show host.
Including Suffolk's Most Wanted.
Right. So, exactly. I have to give respect to the show host. She was very firm with it. She first of all understood what happened. And when I try to tell like straight people what this story was, they look at me like I have 5 heads. They don't understand at all.
Right.
What the complexity. But this woman understood, and she understood the severity of it. And she wouldn't let Cherry Pie get away with,
I get that, but as far as straight people, they'll pretend to be so out of the loop.
Right.
However, if one of these straight women, if their son was one of the people that got catfished,
they would get involved. Yeah.
That's how in the know they would become, and quickly.
Right, of course.
So I really don't buy into that naivety that much. How about you, Tony?
Well, you know what I was thinking is that, like, I wonder if, because it was, it was a drag queen who's, who's a gay man catfishing other gay men. I feel like it's not given as much weight as if it had been like, a man catfishing a woman or vice versa. If it was like a heterosexual kind of a catfishing thing, right. I think there would have been a lot more controversy and a lot more outrage.
It would have been fodder for Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
Right. Like if like a male reality TV star was doing that, straight TV star was doing that to unsuspecting women. Yeah. Everything about the story is gross. I mean, It's gross. It's gross that these were people that he knew in his personal life, and they weren't even like strangers that he found on the internet. These people that he actually knew and spent time in a room with.
Yeah.
So it's all gross. Like, nobody debates that it's gross, but he's going to tell his story. Even if for some reason every talk show host decides that they're not going to have him on the show out of respect for these people, you could just click on Instagram Live. I'm kind of surprised he hasn't done, but he can do that and just talk for hours at a time, and people will watch. And people will report on it, and it's pointless to try to tell this person that he can't tell his story because people want to hear his story.
Well, some people do want to hear it, but no matter how you peel it, core it, slice it, or dice it, what the bitch did was heinous.
Yeah, it was heinous, but we could also learn from it. That's also always important.
Yes, well, younger queens can learn what not to be.
Yes,
absolutely. But that goes back to what I'm saying in this pandemic and everything else. Okay, we should be trying to help each other, promote each other, pat each other on the back, have each other's back in some way, shape, or form. Yes. And then this bitch is just trying to get her dick dusted. It's not cute.
No.
To be honest, I don't really know. I don't know what.
And it makes all of us. It makes the entire community around the globe look bad.
Yeah, and that's what people say. Yeah.
For the actions of one queen who obviously couldn't find enough on Grindr, and that's it.
Yeah. That's I won't argue with that. That's true. A lot of people do think that she's making the whole community look bad.
I mean, I'm 6 minutes older than dirt, and I get boys trying to get with me all the time. It's be nice. I'm like, I'm old as fuck. Go away.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I don't know what's going on in her head. She tried to explain her actions, which is kind of what I really wanted to hear. I wanted to hear, at least from her point of view, why she did what she did.
Or to justify them. There is a difference.
She did. She didn't justify it. That's one thing she didn't do. She said, I was wrong. But she said, I'm doing this as like my fucked up way of keeping these men in my life in some way. That I don't really buy that's why she did what she did. I think she did it to get her rocks off so she could control them and humiliate them, and that's how she got off. But that's
I agree with that. Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, definitely.
So do I, and that's really sad.
Yeah.
That's
really I met her a few times, and she was very nice, and she was a great performer, very good performer. She was a rising star. It was very surprising.
What's the sense of being a great performer if you're a shitty person?
I think it happens a lot more than we realize.
True, that's very true.
You know what?
Yeah. Very true.
Yeah.
So as we draw to a close, Jim, we cannot conceivably thank you enough.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
and we wouldn't have you back again because to touch on award shows. As a matter of fact, we'll be in touch if you wouldn't mind being a co-host. Tony and I, because put it to you this way, there's a lot of going around that this is rigged, that is rigged, everything else is rigged. And whether it's true or not, we'll never know. And frankly, Scarlett, I don't give a damn. However, Tony and I are getting ready to do the Naughty or Nice
Awards.
And we're telling you right now, totally biased and completely rigged.
Completely rigged.
Very fine. And
there you go.
From the horse's mouth.
Well, now people will complain that it's not rigged enough.
You know what, Tony? Seriously, coming from Jim Silvestri, that is gospel.
There you go.
Watch, we will get complaints that it was not rigged.
Rigged enough.
That's true, wasn't it?
Jim, I love you, but I hate you because you know what? Watch. I bet you dollars to donuts because this man knows his stuff.
Yes,
I'm like, oh, Tony, that's just so messed up.
I know.
People will always find a reason to complain.
And Jim, you're right. You're right. I mean, watch. Well, it wasn't rigged enough because I didn't get anything.
Yes.
Bitch, you weren't on the show, and I don't like you anyway. So yeah, it wasn't rigged enough.
Well, the people who won will absolutely love the entire process.
Yes,
and the fly effect.
Fortunately, Alexis and I already won most of the awards. But
Perfect.
As far as we're concerned, it was great. Just right.
Just right.
Perfect.
Okay, Tony, when we were going over the preordained results, Tony, there wasn't an award for best rack.
That's true.
I might be why.
It might be a tie. There might be a tie.
Godzilla Jackson and Tu Wong Fu.
Tie? What you mean tie?
What do you mean tie?
What you mean tie?
Yeah, I think you two would have to stand back to back. I don't think you can just do it.
No, because Tony's the modest Long Island housewife.
That's
but
right.
Here I have a 70-year-old man with tits like rocks.
Absolutely.
And my baby sister, she saw a picture I posted. She's like, "What is that? What the hell did you do to yourself? Who's your doctor?" I'm like, "Girl, I got my tits done at Amazon.com."
There you go.
Actually, at first it was AliExpress. So, Jim, as we draw to a close, once again, tell us how to find Thotyssey and how we find Jim Silvestri on social media.
Well, you can go to Thotyssey.com. That's like Odyssey for Thoughts. You see right there, that's my name, Thotyssey.com. Go there. It's somewhere around me. I post every day, sometimes twice or 3 times a day. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I have something on YouTube, but I haven't really done much with that yet. But just type it. It's a strange word, so you'll find me pretty quickly. And I'm Jim Silvestri on Facebook. That's probably the best way to reach.
Jim, I want to ask you because on the Thotyssey, when you give the channel guide.
Yes.
I was reading it tonight. We are also on YouTube too.
Oh,
and how come Tony gets tagged, but I don't?
Because I didn't interview yet. That's it goes to her interview.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's why.
So when I interview you, you'll be tagged. Yes. Some people get mad at me, like, well, obviously you don't click the links, and then you'll know why.
Look, I'm not that tech savvy. Okay, I'm an old lady. I look good, but I'm an old lady.
Gorgeous.
Once again, you're very kind, sweetheart. And you ought to come out to this foreign country called Queens. Oh wait, didn't you say you live in Queens?
Well, I'm in Queens, yes.
So am I. I'm in Glendale.
Oh, you're in Glendale. Okay.
Woodhaven Boulevard. Honey, you simply must come over one night and experience.
It's a trap. It's a trap. Don't do it, Jim. It's a trap.
I'll think about it. I'll speak to my lawyer, and then we'll make arrangements.
I'm Italian and Puerto Rican. I have to be a fantastic cook. You should come over one night and experience a fat ass alert firsthand.
That you should. That you really should. In all honesty, yes.
And Tony will personally recommend my collard greens.
Oh my God, they're literally the best collard greens I have ever had in my life.
Oh wow! I don't know if I've ever had collard greens.
Well, put it this way: all 3 of us are Italian.
Yes.
Collard greens are like Southern escarole.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Perfect.
If you like
down south.
If you like escarole or what's the broccoli rabe, those sort of vegetables,
broccoli rabe, yeah,
you'll like collard greens.
There you go. I can deal with that.
Collard greens are not quite as bitter as schlotto, but you got to simmer them forever.
Yeah.
To get them right.
So labor of love.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it really is. But Tony will tell you, when I make them, you can taste the love in them.
So good. So good.
I'll have to think about that.
We're practically neighbors. You should come for dinner one night.
Sure, that sounds fun.
Oh, definitely. I probably won't be in drag when you get here, but
I probably will. Is that okay?
I'm putting my boobs out with hot lids.
Lady LaBelle is in shock that you've never had collard greens. By the way,
I know. I had them just once, and they weren't that good. They just weren't flavorful. They just
I'm very flavorful.
Hers are very flavorful.
It was a good cook that I had them with. But, yeah. I definitely need to expand my collard greens horizons.
Absolutely.
Oh, and you know what? You come over tonight when I'm making my legendary pernil.
Oh,
Yeah.
Collard greens.
oh.
And if you're a really good
Oh.
boy, because we're all Italian here, I'll even make
Getting so hungry.
I
know I'm starving now. I'm starving. And I won't be eating collard greens. I'll be eating like piles of meat and fried potatoes, probably. Nothing healthy.
You know what, Tony?
help.
I'll cook for him. Watch, next year will be #1 on the thought list.
It's possible. That is one way you can drive me that way.
Well, if you put that, one of your magical potions from your ring, if you.
What do you think my collard greens are, girl? That's what I've been stuffing the ring with. Jim, again, cannot thank you enough for appearing with us.
Yes, thank you so much.
When we do the Naughty or Nice Awards, we'd love to have you make a cameo as a guest presenter.
Yes,
absolutely.
That would be great.
Whatever you'd like me to do, it would be an honor. Yes.
Oh, that would be terrific.
Presenting an award to one of us.
Probably.
I would not have it any other way.
Well, because we want to be nice and set the winners like the little diploma type awards.
Oh, cute.
So we won most of them. It's called.
Oh, perfect.
Well, what's the good of having your own award show if you don't get anything? I mean, really?
Of course.
Come on,
girl.
Are you right?
Of course. It's rigged. It's rigged. I'm sorry, it's rigged.
Thank you. Time is running out, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
It was a pleasure, and I'll inbox you my number real soon.
Excellent.
I expect you for dinner.
Work.
And Tony's right. It's a trap.
It's a trap.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Well, then we're of one mind. Thank you so much, honey. Mwah.
Thank you,
Thank
ladies.
you, Jim, and you take care.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, honey.
Oh, what a great guest he was.
It was such a pleasure.
I know.
Tony, you know that I've been doing eBay auctions.
Yes.
Okay, and not directly for, but in conjunction with Booty Inc.
Booty Inc., yes.
And online there, booty.net.
Booty.net.
And as I always say, for the best collectibles your money can get, that booty call to booty.net. And I was puttering around, tidying up the living room, and I found something that I got from work. This is my Meow Meow doll. And I really can't take him all out of the box right now. But we'll try to get him up to the camera. He's got cellophane on his head. On a later episode, we'll show you more.
Yes.
We'll just say, Meow Meow is the house cat that every queen wants to have.
Yes, he is.
If you can kind of see that sort of. This is not the Putty they make fun of in the locker room.
No.
And that only scratches the surface of what Booty carries. You can get a horror props and memorabilia. As I modeled on a previous episode, I have a replica of the very cape Bela Lugosi wore in Dracula.
Yes.
Which occasionally appears in my auctions. Okay, I don't know how you find me on eBay except to look for an auction link on my page. I'm not that tech savvy. Maybe Tony will explain it to me in a couple of days. She's tech savvy. But no, it's a gay-owned and operated company. They've got really good stuff. We've got horror paraphernalia. We've got Silkstone Barbies. We got little tchotchkes up the giggy. We've also recently had Grogu, which a lot of you would know as Baby Yoda from The Mandalorian. And Tom Pepe, who runs the company, really great guy. And like I said, I mean, I'm not a bigot, not at all. But in these hard times we're facing, I mean, I would just be quick to spend my money for fun within the community to make the community stronger. And especially, you've got internet here, malls here. I mean, but the little businesses, the small businesses, the mom and pop businesses, I try to shop there first. And not for nothing, the prices are better there.
They really need the support. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't want to get depressing, but I mean, I just heard on the news how so many hundreds of thousands of small businesses have gone belly up.
Oh wow.
In because of the pandemic, and they're not coming back. And
That's a sad truth.
it is. And
A lot of businesses are on hiatus waiting to see what happens. It's just these are mad times we're living in. They really are. And that's another point I was trying to make, with Jim. And Tony, you and I have talked about this extensively over the phone.
mm-hmm.
I mean, with everything we're going through, and within the community, queens still have time to be shady and blow foo-foo left.
Oh, I think Alexis froze. oh, oh my. Okay. Oh well. Oh well. I don't know what happened there. So Mike, yes, Mike Flame Adamo, buy a gift card from Adamo and Co. And Lady the Bell said that's why she doesn't like ordering online. She would rather go out. Yes, that is 100% true. As I was saying, we have to support the local businesses. So I'm gonna hang on for a few minutes to see if Alexis signs back on. I don't know what happened. And what's that, Mike? You're now offering lip tattooing. Oh, interesting. I'm assuming lip tattooing, is that for just the outline, or the whole lip? The whole lip is filled in. I've heard of the eyebrow tattooing. I didn't know that lip tattooing was a thing. So I personally, I have no tattoos. Tony Holmperm has not a single tattoo. Reason being, what is that, Mike? Oh, okay. You never have to wear lipstick again. The whole lip. Okay. Okay. Well, that makes sense. I guess there are people out there that they want it tattooed so that they don't ever have to worry about it. And Mike said it lasts from 1 to 3 years. Very interesting. See, I have no tattoos because I just can't make up my mind. And I know I would get something permanently put on my body, and then I would just be like, I don't like it. I don't like it anymore. And Lady the Bell, no tattoos either. So yes, I'm not. Some people are tattoo people, like our friend Ashley Jade. She has a plethora of tattoos, and that's great. She loves them. Me, I'm like, no. Thank you, Mike. This, I actually did a little bit of a different makeup look tonight. I was playing around. I actually did like a very, a very cat eye, because I'm wearing what is this, leopard or cheetah? I don't know. So and what's that, Lady the Bell? You can't get the kind of work. Yes, Lady the Bell can't get the type of work that she does if she had a multitude of tattoos. Yes, yes, I did. I did a bit of a different look tonight, Mike. I did. I went very neutral. With my colors. I very rarely do, like, this is kind of a nude lip for me. That I did, I just, you can't always do the same thing. Your face makeup looks different. It's a little different. Played around with the colors. I did the cat eye, a very kind of a nude lip, nude blush, and I just was a little different with the contouring. Although when I was doing it tonight, I kind of like I said, "Oh, I'm going to do this, and this because it'll be real quick." And of course, it wasn't. it took a whole lot longer. LaBelle, thank you. She loves my look for many reasons. Thank you. Yeah, you know what? When we're doing these kinds of things online, and it's like it's really the only drag that I'm doing right now. Sometimes you just have to be like, do I want to do my my standard like makeup application, or do I just want to play around a little because I've got the time, and I'm just going on camera on the laptop just to have a little bit of fun. So, all right, I guess I lost Alexis somehow. I don't know what happened. I will tell you all. Let me just pull up our info on the next show, which is our next episode it's actually next week because we added this episode especially for Jim Silvestri, but our next show is next Thursday, the 25th. Angel Chaos, who is another one of Alexis Flame's children, but this is a drag king. It's our first time having a drag king on Naughty or Nice, and I cannot wait to have Angel Chaos on. So, as I said, Alexis must be having some tough technical difficulties. So that's it for me tonight because I cannot wait to get all this off and relax and have something to eat. So I want to thank everyone for joining us on behalf of Alexis Flame, who unfortunately is having some technical difficulties and got booted off. Probably the internet and the snow. So what was that, Lady LaBelle said? Yeah, that we'll see you soon. Great show as always. Thank you, Lady LaBelle. Lady LaBelle, find her on Facebook, Instagram. She's killing TikTok. And she's been doing a socially distanced, very safe brunch. And you can find all that info out on all her social media. Thank you, Mike Flame Adamo, for commenting, and check out Mike's company, Adamo and Co. And I want to thank everybody who tuned in, and I will see you next Thursday. Everyone, please stay safe. Please practice social distancing. Please keep wearing your masks. What's that, Mike? This has been Naughty or Nice. I'm naughty and she's nice. Yes, I am always. When you work with Alexis Flame, you're always the nice one. I mean, it's just a given. Okay, well, good night, everyone. Stay safe, and I will see you real soon. Mwah.